But tonight that big story is coming from the army. An army special unit has conducted a rare, possibly unprecedented cross-border attack in Myanmar this morning as a counter-operation to the militant group responsible for the recent Manipur massacre. India Today was the first channel to break this story earlier today. A joint army-IAF operation has been carried out across the border in Myanmar. The Indian Air Force's Mi-17 helicopter used in the operation, a crack commando team from the 21 Para-Special Forces unit was part of the operation. India Today has learned the operation was cleared at the highest levels of the government after the Manipur ambush. A top-level meeting involving the Home Minister, the Defence Minister, National Security Advisor Ajit Doval and Army Chief General Dalbir Singh was held, where Army Chief made the direct suggestion for a cross-border operation. About 15 militants have been killed in this operation conducted on Myanmarese soil.
It was mandatory that an immediate response was warranted. And based on the intelligence that had been gathered by us, we conducted operations to counter these attacks. Early this morning, the Indian Army engaged two separate groups of militants along the Indo-Myanmar border at two different locations along the Nagaland and Manipur border. Significant casualties have been inflicted on the militants, and as a consequence of this operation, threats to our civilian population and the security forces personnel have been averted.
Okay, let me first tell you the four big firsts from the operation that we can tell you. It's the first hot pursuit operation of its kind in the eastern sector of the country. That's the first big first. It's also the first joint commando operation by the Indian Air Force and the Army on foreign soil. First hot pursuit operation in the eastern sector. First joint commando operation by the Indian Air Force and Army on foreign soil. First seek and destroy attack officially acknowledged by the Army, and the first direct special forces action against a militant group, a terrorist group operating there in the northeast, which is why it's such a significant moment at the moment. Joining me now, Major General retired Ashok Mehta, who served in the area, and Rahul Kawal is joining us to give us the very latest. Rahul, give us more details that you're getting about this operation and the manner in which it was conducted.
We've been speaking, Rajdeep, to very senior generals in the Indian Army, trying to piece together information about how this operation was carried out. Let me run you through some details we've been able to collate. Now, there's apparently a Major SS Raja who belonged to the NSC and Khaplang, who was the commander of the troops that attacked the Indian Army in Manipur. He was apparently killed in the original ambush itself when the Indian Army soldiers fired back. They picked up some blood traces which were tracked for 20 kilometers going into Myanmar using satellite technology. Also by foot, they were able to plot where these soldiers of the terrorist outfit entered Myanmari soil. After that, when the army chief rushed to Manipur, he came back, he briefed the NSA, permission was taken from the Prime Minister, and a bold hot pursuit operation was given permission to. Rajdeep, we must tell our viewers that this is something that's been done previously by special forces of the Indian Army, but never publicly acknowledged. This is the first time India is publicly acknowledging that they went across the border, sent their special forces in, killed. Early this morning, there were two operations, two separate sectors deep inside Myanmar. While it's being officially said that the Myanmarese army was in the know, I am told by my sources that the hammer was Indian. So the attack force was entirely comprising Indian soldiers and from the special forces, highly trained. They've gone deep inside Myanmar and done what forces in Israel, forces of China, forces of Pakistan do. The Indian government has never mounted an audacious assault of this nature, terrorizing the terrorists. That's the message that South Bloc and Army headquarters is sending out. They also believe this is a message to Pakistan. You hurt us, we will kill you, we will hunt you down, we will not allow you to sleep in peace. That's the message India is sending out tonight.
That is a very important message, because what Rahul says, General, is the first time the Indian government is acknowledging that we have crossed the border, we have targeted militants operating out of Myanmar. How significant in that sense do you see this operation to be?
No, I think it's an extremely significant operation. It is really a synchronization of political will, intelligence. Without intelligence, this could never have been done. Military expertise. And I do not know whether the government of Myanmar was informed or otherwise. If it is typically hot pursuit, then you carry out the hot pursuit in the rhythm of that original operation. Since 5 days have elapsed, this is, in my view, not typically a hot pursuit operation, but a deliberate operation in response to that ambush that was laid. And you know, this is...
And also Air Force and Army combining on an operation of this kind.
Yes, indeed. I think this is very significant. What kind of support that the Indian Air Force, the Mi-17 helicopters have provided, we do not know the exact details of the operation. But there are certain other signalings that have been done. First, there are a number of these smaller dissident groups, breakaway groups from the eastern militant groups who have formed that umbrella wing in which the NSCNK, the Kaplang group, is the major performer. And they are the ones who broke away from the ceasefire and went across. So the first signal that we are giving them is that we will get you wherever you are. And we have demonstrated that today. And I think it also reflects, and I must point this out, that the Chief of Army Staff, General Dalbir Swag, who's been a 3-corps commander, who's been an Eastern Army commander, who knows that terrain, and he, the NSA and the Prime Minister, I think, formed the trio which has given this country its first excellent military success after a long time, and the signaling is also towards the West.
Can I for a moment check with you, Rahul, on the point that Major General raised, which is that was the Myanmarese government kept informed all along about this operation?
Unlike Bangladesh, Rajdeep, the Myanmarese government hasn't been quite as forthright in trying to help India. Several parts along the Myanmar-India border are actually ungoverned, outside the control of the junta as well. So, yes, while on the ground they were informed is the official word. Now, some of these are such operational details that they're never fully made known. But yes, the Myanmarese government was informed. However, they weren't present on the ground. As far as the hammer, again and again, that's the phrase that was used, the hammer was Indian, the strike force was Indian. Rajdeep, if you'd allow, one piece of information that's coming out through the Indian intelligence agencies is a deeply disturbing report about the growing involvement of Chinese elements in bringing together insurgent groups in the northeast because of caste problems amongst themselves. They've been disparate, often fighting with each other, but over the past few months we've seen elements in China work towards bringing them together. The Indian intelligence agencies have for the first time named a retired PLA colonel. His name is Colonel Mul Yan Pao Huang, who with the help of an ex-Burmese communist leader Tin Yang has set up an arms factory to supply weapons and train insurgents inside Myanmarese soil. That report now being put out. They're also talking about two officials in the Chinese setup who are trying to bring these terrorists together. So that's a new dimension. Now, they're not suggesting in the least that the Chinese PLA or the president or the premier are involved, but there are elements within China that are working to try to bring these terrorists together under one umbrella. And that's a new security dimension that Prime Minister Modi and his security establishment and architecture are looking at very carefully, Rajdeep.
Quick final word from you, General Mehta. A moment in that sense that Narendra Modi and the security establishment can claim to have scored an important victory.
I'll make two points. The first is that this success also is a signal to Pakistan that, look, we can do it this side. We have the capacity.
Are you saying we can do it on the other side? Are you saying that we can we can invoke the right of hot pursuit with Pakistan?
I'm not. For that you need political will.
Exactly.
And if you can show political will in the ungoverned space, you can also show political will in the governed space.
With a nuclearized Pakistan?
Well, I mean, this is at such a low level, tactical operations, not even strategic, that response can be made.
So you see this as a signal in that sense?
The second quick point is China. We have to remember that in 1985-86, after Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi visited China, the Chinese declared openly that they will no longer support insurgent groups in the east. And for years, the Chinese have not officially been involved with these insurgent groups. That story from Rahul Kanwal would suggest that maybe there is a rethink, and they are not only aiding, abetting, training and equipping, that once again the Chinese are up to their usual tricks.
Either way, India has sent out a strong signal today to both Beijing and Islamabad, and indeed the militant groups that are operating in the northeast. Interestingly, what is trending top on Twitter today is 56-inch rocks. Narendra Modi might well think it's about him. Thanks very much. Okay, let's turn to the big political story of the day, and it's coming from the national capital, where Arvind Kejriwal and his government today have seen their law minister being remanded to police custody for 4 days by a Delhi court. Jitender Singh Tomar was arrested by the Delhi police this morning, and his arrest has sparked a new confrontation between the ruling Aam Aadmi Party and this time the Narendra Modi government in the capital. Tomar will now be questioned by the Delhi police in custody and is likely to be lodged in the Vasant Vihar police station. The Delhi police may also take him to different universities in connection with the fake degree probe. The Aam Aadmi Party says it will appeal against the lower court verdict.
That whatever the court has ordered, we respect with dignity, respect with humility and politeness. But we also have a right to challenge the order of the court in the superior court.
Okay, that's what the Aam Aadmi Party's Ashutosh is saying, that they will challenge this order. But what it has led to, as I said, is several big questions and a potential constitutional crisis here in Delhi. Big question number one. Was a late night FIR right when a matter is sub judice? Was the police right in filing this FIR late in the night? Why was the Assembly Speaker not informed of the arrest? Is Tomar's arrest linked to the Lieutenant Governor yesterday appointing a new anti-corruption bureau chief here in Delhi? Was the Centre and Delhi Police Chief aware of Mr. Tomar's arrest? Why is the Aam Aadmi Party solidly backing Mr. Tomar on the fake degree allegation? Those are some of the questions that I want to pose right at the top here. Joining me now, Dr. Kiran Bedi, former IPS officer who was, remember, the BJP's candidate in Delhi, Sudhanshu Mittal of the BJP. I'm also joined by Preeti Sharma Menon of the Aam Aadmi Party. Appreciate your joining us. I want to get all your views on this first. And Kiran Bedi, why not you first, since you're a police officer? That first question that I posed. Mr. Tomar's case, was it necessary to file an FIR late in the night and arrest him this morning? Was the police not better off in waiting till dawn, meeting him, questioning him and then arresting him? The haste with which it has been done suggests dal mein kuch kala hai.
Rajdeep, it's not a question of haste. My internal inquiries reveal that the Delhi police was already inquiring into their matter from 11th of May, when they got a complaint of these frauds and fake degrees from the Delhi Bar Council. And they inquired into, as mandated or as directed by the Supreme Court judgment, that in such matters you must inquire into. I think they did that.
Could they not have waited till the morning, ma'am?
The BJP,
could they not have waited till the morning? Do you believe it was right to arrest a law minister late in the night? He's not running away anywhere, surely, is he?
Listen, I think he's been arrested in the afternoon, hasn't he been?
Yes. Yes. The FIR was filed late in the night without allegedly informing the Speaker.
That's what
the
I'm
Speaker
saying.
was informed later.
No. Who all informed that? You'll have to get a Delhi police spokesman. All I can tell you is that I'm aware that 11th of May, the Delhi Bar Council, the statutory body, gave a complaint and the police started to investigate. If you recall earlier, which I was saying when you came in, is that The BJP had been agitating prior to the Delhi Bar Council that here is a law minister who has allegedly fake degrees, investigate. Delhi police said no, get us a complaint from a statutory body, only then will we inquire. So 11th of May, the Delhi Bar Council, after having done its homework, which I believe on Karan Thapar's case, the Delhi Bar Council was also present. They said they made their inquiries, they gave a complaint. Now, why did the FIR was registered last night and the follow-up arrest? That only a Delhi policeman spokesman can tell you. But all I know is there's been almost a month of inquiry. They've gone to Bhagalpur, they've gone to all colleges and universities and found the evidence on the basis of which they've got 4 days police evidence. Otherwise, you would not have got police evidence. Police custody.
I take your point. You know, Preeti Sharma Menon, when I saw the police conference, they were giving details of the investigation of the alleged fake degrees that your law minister carries. Now, the Aam Aadmi Party is very quick to attack everyone else based on allegations. But when evidence is being provided by the police, you claim it is doctored, it is not true, it is a political conspiracy. Surely the Aam Aadmi Party should recognize the case, that Mr. Tomar has much to answer for.
Rajdeep,
Yes.
firstly, I would like to just deviate a bit and talk about how if the Delhi police had a lot of body of evidence which they got during the course of an investigation, which like Ms. Bedi claims to have internal information, was a prolonged investigation, then why did they not submit it into the court where the matter is sub judice, where it is being discussed? Why this cloak and dagger arrest? And now to answer your question, I have with me the affidavit submitted by the principal of the Bihar College where he did the degree. This is not our document.
I also have the interview of the Vice Chancellor of the university where he says it is a fake degree. Who do I believe, the Vice Chancellor of the university or the college where Mr. Tomar went? And why do you have a law minister in the first place who should have this controversy raging over him? Is there no one else in the Aam Aadmi Party who could have been made the law minister?
I'll answer both questions. The first is this affidavit is filed in High Court by the principal of the college in which he studied, and it has the attachments of all the degrees, of all the mark sheets and everything that happened during that course. The second I have is an RTI in the Awadh University, which also confirms that he is a student and has passed a science degree there. So yes, there are two different sets of papers and it is up to the court to decide which is authentic. It's not up to us. And yes, the
But why defend him then? Then why defend him? What I am unable to understand is why the Aam Aadmi Party could not have told Mr. Tomar when this case first arose that, look, why don't you step aside and we will make you law minister once you are cleared fully by the courts.
Rajdeep, we are right now cornered into a space in Delhi where we are being attacked on all fronts and every attempt is being made to ensure that we are not able to deliver governance. If we start at every blow by the BJP, here we have data, we have proof from the colleges, not made by Tomar, not given by Tomar, but from the colleges as an affidavit in the High Court and as an RTI, which prove that he is a bona fide student and has got bona fide degrees. When we have that proof, why should we victimize a person for no reason at all just because the BJP is using their legal cell members in the Bar Council to file false cases against him?
You're making a serious allegation that the BJP is using the Bar Council to...
false case against you, Rajdeep.
Okay.
And every time they file a false case, do we have to just fall victim to it immediately and give up all our governance, give up all our cabinet ministers and just because they are trying to corner us?
Can I for a moment take that to Sudhanshu Mittal? Sudhanshu Mittal, the charge against the BJP today and the Narendra Modi government, which is being made by the Aam Aadmi Party, is that you are acting using your clout over the Lieutenant Governor's office. You are using your proximity and the fact that you control the Home Ministry and the Delhi police to target the Aam Aadmi Party. That a day after the Lieutenant Governor puts his own person in the Anti-Corruption Bureau without even consulting the Delhi government, you have gone ahead and arrested the law minister when the matter is sub judice. So the Narendra Modi government too has much to answer for.
Rajdeep, we have nothing to answer for because everything is out in the open. You see, the problem with Aam Aadmi Party is they have a morality deficit. I'm using the word morality deficit. They have been defending the indefensible when it comes to morality. You know, the sheer contempt to public sensibility is shocking and dismaying. Look at this. Here is a fraudster who uses forged documents to establish that he's a lawyer.
It's a sub judice.
Now I just heard Ms.
No, the matter is sub judice. Mr. Sudhanshu Mittal, matter is sub judice. Before you call someone a fraudster, let's be clear, matter is sub judice.
He can pronounce judgments here. He is not a jury.
Sir, allow me to finish and tell the lady that I did not interfere when she was talking.
Sure.
So allow me to put forward my point of view.
Yes, please go ahead.
Look, Rajdeep, first she has raised the issue of the college giving a certificate. We all understand that the conduct of the examination is done by the university and not by the college. And the degree is awarded not by the college but by the university. And when the university says it's a fake degree and the mark sheet is fake, then ma'am, university is the right custodian and not the college. In Salman Khan's case, he brought a driver saying, look, I was the one who was driving. The court did not believe him and sentenced Salman Khan. So let us not defend the indefensible. When I say morality deficit, they have been defending all things which have been blatantly immoral. You have an MLA who was distributing liquor, they have been defending him. You have an MLA who's beating up public servants, you are defending him.
Mr.
Here is a man
Mr. Mittal, how do you Mr. Mittal, are you denying the fact that the Home Ministry exercises control over the Delhi police? Are you denying that basic fact? Could your Home Ministry not wait for the matter which is being heard in the court before arresting the Law Minister?
Rajdeep, do you know that when they went to the court and they asked for a stay against arrest, the stay was denied? They said the case is likely to be filed and this can happen. The court declined to stay. So saying it is sub judice, so you shall wait. Here is a court which is denying it and then you are saying no, let us wait. And wait for what? Wait for unearthing a forgery. Wait for discovering fraudulence. And Rajdeep, look, what is the contempt to public sensibility? This case is not which has been highlighted today. Even when the last elections took place in 2014, this was brought to the notice of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal.
I take your point.
How he's mocking at people. Just 1 minute. He's mocking at public sensibility. Not only does he make him the minister, he says, look, you are challenging the law degree of my MLA. Not only would I make him a minister, I will make him the law minister. You know, it is similar to Raja Bhaiya being made the
Can I for a moment now, Sudhanshu,
which had to be withdrawn.
Sudhanshu, can I bring in Mr. God to just find out the Bar Council's role? You have been accused today by the Aam Aadmi Party effectively that you are batting for the BJP government to target this law minister. What is the evidence on the basis of which you believe that he had a fake degree? Do you believe the evidence is overwhelming?
See, that is a ridiculous point. AAP says something against Bar Council. Bar Council is a statutory body. Somehow they do not know the constitution of Bar Council. And Bar Council registered a complaint on 9th of May. And then it was got turned into FIR recently only. So Bar Council has no political role to play.
Do you believe, as a lawyer, the evidence that has been provided before the Bar Council is sufficient to say that Mr. Tomar has much to answer for, yes or no?
See, what we talk about Bar Councils, here is a Vice Chancellor of the university who says the degree is fake.
Okay.
So once the degree is fake, this has been asserted by the Vice Chairman of the university. What else is required? But at the same time, Rajdeep, today is an unfortunate day when 3 students committed suicide for their failed attempt in getting into some examination. Here is a case where a man with fake degree becomes the law minister.
But you know what the court has said, and this is the only worrying point, Kiran Bedi. The court today also, while giving 4 days police custody, has also questioned the haste with which this is being done. Questioned whether this could have been handled better. As a police officer, do you believe the police has anything to answer for at all? And
well,
does the police operate under the instructions of the Home Ministry?
Questions.
Does the police operate under the instructions of the Home Ministry?